Hello everyone, this is Rishu Jor and this is my Java experiment number 5 that is using packages, that how we'll use packages and how we'll import that in our Eclipse. Now my question is how to develop, we have to develop a hostel management system for a hostel manager to maintain the various hostel details. So we can see what we have done here is we have created separate packages like h1, h2, h3 and h4, and we have created classes in respective class packages like h1 contains employee 1, h2 for water, h3 for student and h4 for main. Like we have seen that import java.util.scanner is itself a package that imports all the methods for input, and here also we are trying to do that. So we have created a package for the employee, that is package h1 contains the class employee, and we have given some attributes like employee contains the name, the work and the salary. And now all this data has been kept as private, so we want to use this data, and to use this we have to use the setter and getter methods. Like we have used public string get name, return name, set name. By using this set name, we are passing the argument string name, this dot name is equals to name, this for this that is referring to that particular variable name, that's why this is used, this dot. And for the same for other variables like work, public void set work, string work is, and return get work, set salary, get work, return work. Same has been done for student also, like student is in the package h3 and it contains like public class student sd, students d, like student details, and it has also some 3-4 private datas like registration numbers, that is of type string name, int room number. And for all these data we have attributes, we have created the functions that are the setters and getters like string registration number, set registration number, and get registration number, that is return registration number, set name, get name. By using these variables, just we have created the set and getter methods. And for the water also, that is in the package h2, we have created the class water, int quantity, cost, and the set and getter methods like set quantity, int quantity has been passed as an argument so that it will be received here. And then this keyword that is used for referring this variable, that is this quantity is equals to quantity. Same has been done for cost, like set cost, get cost. Now we'll see what we have done in the main and how we are using it. Like main is in the package h4, and now we have to use all the packages like so that has been used. Like we will import java.util.scanner for all the input methods, that is by default. And as we have created some data in functions in these two packages h1 and h3, that is for h1 for employee and h3 for student, we are importing that also through that package name and dot the class that it contains. Now we have the class main. In this we are using static students d object 1, like this is the array that is used to initialize the object, and here it is new as student sd10. And like we can see a static student sd ob1 has been created for new student sd. And then we have static employee e1 is equals to new employee, array of 20, this is array of size 10. Then again we have created, this is for the employee class, this is for the student class, that is ob1 for student class and e1 for the employee class. Then we have created two objects for the scanner input methods that can be used like ob2 and ob3 by the declaration as static scanner ob2 is equals to new scanner system.n. Now we have introduced the main method, inside which all the cases have been given and the details like a public static void main string argument. And then we are using we have created another object as scanner s that will be used for taking the inputs, like scanner s is equals to new scanner system.n. Now system.out.println show this hostel management system, and we have initialized a variable choice is equals to 1 for this while loop so that it will run infinitely as choice 1 is choice. We can see choice is not equals to 0, that means it won't come out of the loop until it becomes 1, and it won't, as we have initialized it as 0, not equals to 0, it should not be equals to 0. And then we have initialized int I is equals to 0 and j is equals to 0. Now inside this while loop we are having as system.out.println to show the display as enter 1 for details of student, uh, 2 for displaying the details, 3 for deleting a record, 4 for enter the amount of water record, 5 for details of employee, and 6 for the details of an employee, displaying the details of an employee. So we'll go in the switch case. We'll take the input in the choice variable. Choice is equals to s dot next in. That is the basic method of taking input. Then inside the switch case, switch choice that the user gives. If it is 1, that is goes in the first method that enter the details of the student. It will go at system.out.println. The name of student that will be stored in this array. ob1 of I is equals to new student, and then the ob1 of I dot set name, that is we are passing the name that has been passed in the set name method that has been created in the student. Like here it is the set name method, it will be passed here so that we can use the same attribute in the main class. And same has been done for the registration, that is enter the registration number that will be stored in ob1 of I dot set registration number, and ob2 dot next line is for the passing going for the next line. System dot out dot print line for enter the allotted number. Same has been done, the same array dot the set room number, that is a set room number function, and then ob3 dot next int, and this will go as I is equals to I plus 1, and I we have initialized to 0, so it will run infinitely. I is equals to I plus 1, I 0 is equals to 0 plus 1, 1 plus 1 2, then it continues, and then break statement, and then the case 2 for displaying the details of student. Like here we have given a for loop that displays all the students. As we have an array of students, so it will display until the last student. So we have int a1 is equals to 0 and ob1 of a1 not equals to null a plus plus. Until it is null, it will increment the value of a plus plus. So we are having system.out.println student number. Here this student number has been initialized now only as a1. Student number is a1, so that it will be easy to delete a record through this number. We'll search the number as a1 1 2. We'll give the student first one as 1 2 3. As it enters, as the user enters, the student gets the number 1, then next one second, and it will be easy for the user to delete a record through this number, as we have initialized 0 and then incremented by 1. Then we will display the details, like student name is ob1 of a1 dot get name, that has been setted in the value, and then we will retrieve the value from the set method using the get method, that is get name, get registration number, get room number. As you can see here, registration number is ob1 of a1 dot get registration number has been moved as registration number. Also we can write it as like this. Here it is ob1 of a1 dot get room number, and then we are coming out of this case, that is break. And then for case 3, that is for deleting a record. Case 3, enter the number of student to be removed, the student number as we have initialized here. If it is 1, then the first student will be removed. As we will take the input as int num is equals to ob3 dot next int. We'll take the input in num variable, and we will then call to the function remove student num. So we will see what the function contains. So here it is static void remove student, and that variable that we passes here as num will be received here int remove, and it goes here like it will be remove is equals to remove plus minus 1, and if ob1 of remove is equals to null, then return. If it is null, we have to return, else if it is non null, then we will remove as ob1. We are just overwriting the previous data from the next one. So that's in this else function, that is ob1 of remove is equals to ob1 of remove plus 1, and remove is equals to remove plus 1. We are just overwriting it. It's not deleting, it's overwriting. And the case 4 for the water displaying the amount of water required, we're just calling a function for water required, that is water required, and that has been created as enter the total amount of students, so that it takes the amount, and then we are just multiplying the number of students into 20 as the number of person required per day water is 20 liters, so it's just multiplying by 20, and then we have initialized the price as 10, and we will multiply the number of students into the price and we'll display it as the price. Next is showing the details of entering the details of an employee and displaying the details of an employee. That is sixth one, fifth and sixth. So fifth also the same method has been used like the student. Just we have changed the array name, that is in that ob1 was used, and here the object is e1 of j is equals to new employee, then set name, that is the set method has been invoked, and then we are giving the value that has been setted here, and then the next line same for the work assigned and the salary. And then we are just like we initialized I is equals to 0, we are initialize j is equals to 0, so that it runs and increments every time for every another record. So then we have case 6 for displaying the details, like a2 is equals to 0, like same we have done for the student. We have created a number for the employee also, like there we had a1 is equals to 0 and a1 not equals to null, a1 plus plus. Here we are having a2, so that it increments every time for every other employee. So the employee will be given a number from 1 to how much the user enters, and then the employee name is the setter method has been used to store the name that has the user given, and we will retrieve that value by the get name, get work, get salary using those objects, even of a2 dot get name, then the work assigned is dot get work dot get salary, and then break. So this was all about the packages. So we'll try to run this program, and we can see this the output. So enter 1 for details of student. So we'll go for student first. Name of student we can give as Steve, then the registration number is 278, allotted room number 117. We can give for one more student. As you can see, this is running for the next student also. So that was for I is equals to I plus 1, so that the array continues. We can give one more student as Sam, and registration number is 279, allotted room number 118 something. And now we'll try to display the output, like, so you can see the student number has been invoked, like 0 plus 1, that is 1 2, and as we continue to give the number of students, like student name is Steve, registration number is this much, and room number is 117. Same has been done for the second number also. Now if we want to delete a student's record, like we want to delete the second student number, enter the number of student to be removed, that is second number we want to remove it. So now it has been removed, and we'll try to display the detail. Like you can see the only one record has been displaying, that is of Steve. So now we'll try to show that enter amount of water required, you can give us 20, and we are just multiplying the amount per person and the water required. The water required per person is 20 liters, we have initialized, so 400 liters, and the price has been initialized as 10 per liter. Same can be done for the employee also, as we can give us 5, enter the name of employee, John, work assigned as gardener, salary is something about 5,000. So we can display also like this the details of the employee. This can be useful for the hostel management system. So that was all about hostel management system using packages in Java. Thank you.